What's up guys, how's it going? My name is Shady Riku and welcome to my mini medals guide for Dragon Quest VIII on the Nintendo 3DS. Now mini medals are these little yellow tokens hidden in a variety of places across the game. When we have collected a certain number of these medals, we can deliver them to Princess Minnie for multiple rewards. You can find Princess Minnie inside her castle on a small island situated between the northeastern and southeastern continents. Don't worry, I'm going to go into more detail on the location of Princess Minnie's castle soon. Altogether there are 139 mini medals in the game, but the last reward is given to you once you return 133 mini medals, meaning there are 6 extra which are not needed, but I will show them all anyway and give you advice on which to avoid. Now, is there any way to know which mini medals we already have? Well, you can talk to Minnie and she'll tell you how many, if any, you've consigned to her, but this isn't really helpful because we don't know which locations we got them from. There is one way to speed things up, that's by using Yangus' Nose for Treasure, a skill acquired by Yangus after allocating 16 skill points to his humanity, which lets us detect if there is any treasure left in a given town or dungeon. However, the downside is that this doesn't tell us if we have all the mini medals, it only tells us if there are still items to find. So unless after using this ability Yangus tells you that all the treasure has been pinched already, you're still going to have to check all the locations in that given area. There is one mini medal in the game that is an exception to this and cannot be detected by Yangus, mini medal number 4 at Aegeus' tablet, but as long as you are aware of this one exception, feel free to use the Nose for Treasure to skip certain areas and save time. Bear in mind this ability does not work in the open world. The good news is that I've made a printable PDF document to use alongside this guide, which I would recommend printing out, so that once you check a location you can mark it off, giving you guys a way to verify which mini medals you have. So let's print out the mini medal checklist and start hunting. The link to this will be in the description below. Now let's move on to some prerequisites that are needed before we can collect all the mini medals. Now I don't expect you to wait until you have done all these prerequisites to start collecting mini medals. In fact, I encourage you to deliver them frequently so that the rewards can help you on your journey, but if you're nearing the end of the game and you feel like you're ready to collect them all, then here are a few things you need to do first. Number 1 is to have a completed game save file. This means that once you have defeated Rapthorn for the first time and waited until the end of the credits, you're given an option to save the game. Make sure that you do this, otherwise certain areas will not be accessible to you and therefore you'll miss out on a number of mini medals. Number 2 is, with this post-game save file, finish the Dragovian Sanctaury story. This is all post-game spoilers, but once you have saved a new file, the platform in the Baccarat region will now give you access to the Dragovian Path, which is a cave system leading to the Dragovian Sanctuary. Once you reach the Sanctuary, complete the story elements here, which culminates in the defeat of the Lord of the Dragovians. Now we're ready to continue. And number 3, unlock the Altar of Roth. Besides the Dragovian Sanctuary, the Altar of Wroth is the only optional dungeon in the game, i.e. it's not mandatory to go here, so you may not even know it exists. It's not a post-game dungeon, but it's only unlocked after the destruction of Neos. Very quickly, to unlock this dungeon, we need to enter the ruins of the Holy Isle of Neos. This will trigger a cutscene in which Jessica sees a vision of the Dragon's Graveyard. Make your way to the end of the Dragon's Graveyard dungeon, located inside the mouth of the Dragon's Skeleton, in the desert south of Argonia, and examine the crystal ball to trigger another cutscene which will open the Altar of Roth, the new 3DS exclusive dungeon located in a hole in the desert south of Trudane, right beside where we find the ship. If this is your first time here, walk inside so we can zoom back here later. Speaking of zoom, throughout this video you'll see me utilizing 2 spells, Zoom and Holy Protection. Zoom is a spell learnt by the hero by allocating 8 skill points to the courage line. This spell is used outside of battle to instantly transport us back to any major area in the game that we've already been to. To be able to zoom to a place, we need to actually walk into the area. This is why I told you to enter the Altar of Roth, so that we can come back here at any point in the future. This spell is pretty much a necessity for this guide, but I know almost everyone will have this already, so it doesn't warrant much mention. Just know that if you don't have it, then get it ASAP, or be relegated to using Chimera Wings, an item which does the same job but it's far less convenient. The second spell I mentioned was Holy Protection, another spell learnt through the hero's courage skill tree, which you'll see me casting constantly in this video. This spell removes monsters from the field for a number of steps, and is used throughout this video for purely visual purposes in case you were wondering. Without monsters constantly obstructing the screen or me having to worry about battles popping up here and there, this leads to a more visually congruent guide for all of you to follow. One thing I want to mention as well is that in most situations where I locate a mini medal in the open world outside of a town or dungeon, I will be riding a great saber cat. This is the fastest way to travel on land, and although flying may be quicker in certain scenarios, again it's much easier for everyone to follow if I just go via land rather than sky, but if you wish, feel free to use the Godbird Soulstone and follow via the bottom screen map. For anyone who's interested, I summon a great saber cat by using an item called Baumren's Bell, obtained after completing the Chateau Felix side quest. In the sake of saving time, I won't show you how to get this now, but in the future I will make a side quest / missables guide on this channel to guide you step by step, and when that's made, I will link it down in the description and at the end of the video. So just before we start, let's have a look at the general overview of the layout of this guide. The big screen occupying most of the space is of course the top screen. The bottom right is the bottom screen, very useful because it shows my exact location in the dungeon, and is even more useful for any mini medals found in the open world. Now most of the time you'll know exactly where I am anyway, but to make this guide even easier to use, I will temporarily zoom the map out where possible to show you my location on the world map, indicated by a red arrow, allowing you to pause and take a look at my exact location before I zoom back in and find the mini medal. Also, when I give directions, forward, back, left, right, that refers to the hero, i.e. the top screen, and any directions which correlate to a compass, north, south, east or west, will refer to the bottom map since it never changes. So just bear that in mind when I'm giving directions for the hero. As you can see, there will be a box in the bottom left to show you which mini medal we're on, but I thought there was no way to check which mini medals we have. Well, you're right, but for the sake of instruction, it's necessary to come up with a universal number for each mini medal so that we can mark off which ones we already have in a step-by-step, easy to follow manner. So in what order did I decide to put these mini medals? Well, I decided to number them based on zoom locations. Let me explain. When we go to cast zoom, up comes a list of locations, all of which are in sequential order of when we can access each area in the story. This gives us an easy list of areas to check, which correspond exactly to the main story. So if we're in Ascantha, for example, and you look at my guide up to Ascantha, you will have visited all the locations up until this point in my guide. Theoretically, you should be able to collect all the mini medals up to and including that point in my video. However, there are two exceptions to this. Number one, you may not have access to the Godbird Soulstone, the item which lets you fly, and therefore certain areas will be off limits. And number two, you may not be able to open certain doors or chests. This will require you to come back at a later date to pick up these mini medals. Well, can't that get confusing since there's no way to track which mini medals you have, and what if you forget to come back? Well, like I mentioned before, it just so happens I've created a PDF document with all 139 mini medals listed, so you can tick off which ones you already have. Again, links to print this out will be in the description. Well, what if I've never been to some of these locations? Don't worry, I have you covered. I'm only going to zoom to locations that are mandatory in the story, so provided you're far enough along in the story, you will have access to these areas that I show you. In the case that a mini medal is in a location that I can zoom to, let's say the Hilltop Hut, but some of you may or may not have been here, I'm just going to show you from the nearest area that we all have access to. By all means, if you can zoom here, feel free, but in the essence of keeping everyone on the same page, I'm going to do it this way. The only exception to this is the Seaside Chapel, which if you haven't been to already, make your way there now. This is the church located between Ascantha and Maella Abbey, beside the cottage with Emma's grandmother. The reason is because the nearest towns are so far away that it just becomes confusing and tedious to travel halfway across the continent to show you where the mini medal is, so make your way there now and enter the church if you can't zoom here already. And before someone asks, if you don't have zoom, I told you to get it, but if you don't, then go buy a ton of Chimera Wings found pretty much in every item shop in the game and use them to travel to the areas that I show. Now, although I wait until I find all 133 mini medals, if you're in the middle of the main story, I would recommend returning periodically throughout to deliver them and receive items which will help you on your journey, if you haven't already. With that said, remember, like with all my guides, check the description for timestamps and any information you may need. Down here you will find answers to any frequently asked questions or issues that I'm seeing a lot of you guys having. Make sure to use the description as it's of great assistance to you before asking for help. And as always, I will leave a pinned comment at the top of the comment section with timestamps for my mobile users. With that said, let's jump into it. So we're going to start at Princess Minnie's castle. Again, if you don't know where this is, it's a small island which we can fly or sail to between the northeastern and southeastern continents. This will act as our base for this guide, and the place that we return to claim our rewards. So how do we actually get to this island, and where is the island located? I'm going to show you in more detail right now. So the easiest way to get access to this island is to use the Godbird Soulstone from Myella Abbey. So go ahead and use the Godbird Soulstone outside Myella Abbey. Once you're in the air, just fly north, and you'll see the island in the middle of the ocean. You can't really miss it, very easy to see. And then go ahead and land here. This will act as our base for this guide, and the place we return to claim our rewards. So from here, let's go and make our way inside the castle. If Minnie is not on her throne, then we must go up the stairs to the king's chambers and walk up to her. This will trigger a cutscene in which she explains her love for mini medals. Choose either yes or no, it doesn't affect the story, but will trigger a different dialogue. If you're like me and you would like to see all the different dialogue options in the game, then fear not, because I am in the process of making an alternative cutscene video, which I will link down below and at the end of the video whenever it's made. Now we can return downstairs where Minnie will be on her throne, ready to collect any mini medals we find. We return any mini medals just by speaking to her. With that said, we're finally ready to start collecting the mini medals. Let's jump on into it. So we're going to start, like any good journey, in the town of Fairbury in the northeast of the world. So zoom to Fairbury and enter the town. Continue round the archway and straight up the steps, and make your way into the church on your right. Enter through the door behind the altar, and if we continue through the second door here, we will find a locked chest beside the stairs, and inside is our first mini medal. Our second mini medal is right outside Fairbury. We need to turn left and go up the small hill, where we'll find a chest at the end of the tree line with the medal inside. Outside Fairbury, use the Godbird Soulstone. And make our way to the giant tree to the left of the town. Go ahead and land here. And as soon as you land, break open the second pot to find your third mini medal. Now stay up here for arguably the hardest mini medal in the game. Even Yangus' nose for treasure doesn't detect this mini medal, so there's a very high chance you're missing this one. So let's continue across the bridge here and make our way to the Elysium bird beside the tree. Now she has actually buried the mini medal in the sand, the location of which is parallel to the bird, so if we line up the sand while in front of the bird, we can walk straight ahead and find the mini medal in the sand by pressing A once the exclamation mark appears. For mini medal number 5, let's take a trip to Peregrine Quay and make our way out to the dock where we'll find a young man trying to open a locked chest. Go ahead and open it for him to get your mini medal. Now let's zoom to Myella Abbey and walk west along the river to find a chest containing mini medal number 6. Now let's actually go inside Myella Abbey and get our next few mini medals. Once you enter, turn and go through the door on your right. Now take the next door on your right, leading outside, where we'll find a pot containing our 7th mini medal on the corner of the staircase. Now go back inside and go further into the abbey, through the double doors. And take the first door on the right to enter a room with a barrel in the corner containing mini medal number 8. For our final mini medal in Myella Abbey, make your way out toward the late Abbot Francisco's residence. And behind this building, inside the left barrel, is the mini medal. In Simpleton's Bar is where we find mini medal number 10. This, as you may recall, is the town where we first met Angelo. On the second floor of the pub, inside the middle barrel, is the mini medal. The next couple are found in the ruined abbey. So let's make our way down the stairs to the end of the hall and take a harsh right until we come to the ladder to take us down to level 3. Follow this hallway right to the end and you'll find 2 pots, one of which contains our 11th mini medal. Now follow me into the room halfway back down the hall and take the door on the right. At the end of this new hallway, we find a flight of stairs taking us to level 4. Cross the poison water. Go up the stairs, and to the left of the corridor between the 2 archways we find an easy to miss room where mini medal number 12 is hiding inside the far left barrel. Make your way to the Riverside Chapel, located between Ascantha and Myella Abbey, and walk to the house across the bridge. Inside, behind Emma's grandmother, you can break open the barrel for mini medal number 13. Number 14 is directly north of the Riverside Chapel. So let's make our way up past the trees and as you near the northern edge of the continent, you should see a lone tree. At the bottom is a chest and inside is the mini medal. The next mini medal is right outside the mole hole. Unfortunately we can't zoom here, so instead let's fly from the Riverside Chapel, which gives us the best view of where we're heading. We're looking for a little stretch of land above Ascantha at the northeast of the continent. Fly until you see the entrance and land around here. If you can't really see it, just land somewhere around where I have and you'll be fine. Up on the ridge overlooking the entrance to the mole hole is a chest with a medal inside. Now while we're here, let's go inside the mole hole. Follow the map and make your way to the lower level. The quickest way is to take the first right and continue straight. You should see two torches indicating the right path. Past the torches, take a left and head down to level 2. As you come out, you should see two more pairs of torches. Go towards the left ones, and before you pass them, on the right, in a little area, are two pots, and the one on the right has the medal inside. Now onward to Ascantha. There are 3 mini medals here, the first of which is in the first house on the left. It's inside the cupboard. The next two are both inside the castle. First one very easy. Take the first small door on the left and inside the cupboard, nearest the door, is your mini medal. Now we need to make our way to the 3rd floor of the castle. I personally went back outside and through the main doors, but you can do whatever. Once we get to the top of the 3rd floor, turn right, and inside the 2nd cupboard in this bedroom is Ascantha's 3rd and final mini medal. Outside Ascantha, let's use the Godbird Soulstone and fly south. Until we come to a small island in the middle of a lake. Land here. And turn left. Make your way up the small ridge On the south side of the island, in front of the large rock, is a chest with mini medal number 20. At the back of Mori's monster arena is a chest with a mini medal inside. The monster arena is right beside Pickham to the southeast. Speaking of Pickham, let's make our way there, where a load of mini medals are hiding. Just a quick note, throughout all big cities we're going to go clockwise around them. So let's make our way down the alleyway. And in through the doorway in the northwest corner of Pickham. This will bring us to a long hallway, and at the bottom, behind a locked gate, we have 4 chests. The top left chest has our first mini medal in Pickham. Now let's leave the way we came, outside. And then go down the well. Here you will find the secret club through a grated door along with a mini medal inside the pot closest to the entrance. Let's head back to the surface now. And go inside the item shop. Examine the bag on the wall closest to the merchant for mini medal number 24. Leave the item shop. Make our way to the east side of Pickham. Through the door at the top of the second alleyway, you'll find a group of apartments. As soon as you enter, turn right and check the barrel behind the bald guy. Now head towards the pub on the far east side of town. We need to get to the room with Dodgy Dave, so talk to the bartender and he will open the bar for you to access the door leading to Dodgy Dave. The cupboard back here contains your next mini medal. For the final mini medal in Pickham, turn right outside the pub and make your way to the rooftops. Make your way right to the end, and inside a pot you will find number 27. There are a couple in the Swordsman's Labyrinth as well, so let's quickly head in here. Take the left path, go through the door, and then just follow the path. At our first crossroads, continue straight and you will come to a pair of doors. The door on the left opens to a room full of pots. The bottom left pot contains our first mini medal. Stay in the same room and open the chest here for mini medal number 29. And for our final mini medal in the Swordsman's Labyrinth, make your way back to the crossroads and this time turn left. Follow the path, making sure not to fall down the hole in the floor or examine the door in front of it, both will send you back to the lower level. Instead, continue until you see a door with torches at either side. This is the door we want to take. Follow the path down to level 3. And continue dead ahead toward the statue. Move it out of the way by pressing A and moving the hero. This opens up another hallway, and this leads down to level 4 where the mini medal is located. Take the first right on level 4 and follow this path to the end where we find 2 pots. The one on the left has the mini medal inside. Evacuate from the Swordsman's Labyrinth and head directly south to Red's house. We can't zoom here unfortunately, but I'm sure most of you remember where this is. Let's start in Red's house. So turn right after entering, and the right side pot at the top of the stairs has mini medal number 31 inside. At the bottom of said stairs, behind the gate, are 4 chests, and as you guessed it, the third one from the left has a mini medal inside. We're not finished here just yet. We're going back outside and into the stable this time, where a mini medal is hiding inside a barrel just left of the doorway. Now number 34 is easy, but it's located at the Hilltop Hut, and some of you won't have been here, so I'm going to show you where this is starting from Port Prospect. So take the left path from Port Prospect and continue until you reach a dirt path. Follow this up the hill and you will arrive at the Hilltop Hut. Walk inside the little cottage up here. And just in the left hand corner is a pot with the mini medal inside. We're off to Castle Trodain next, and this is arguably one of the trickiest areas in the game, so follow along closely. So let's go to the right side of the castle, and behind the right side staircase we'll find a door. Let's go through here. And then on our left, inside the corner barrel, is Trodain's first mini medal. Continue up the stairs and then look behind you as you reach the top to find a group of chests behind a gate. The back left chest has our 36th mini medal inside. For mini medal number 37, go through the double doors. Down the hallway and then turn right. Take the first door on the left and make your way to the opposite side of the balcony. This takes you to a dining room type area, and on the left are 2 large doors. Open them up to find a large storage room, and the right side of this room has a row of barrels, and inside the second from the right is our mini medal. Backtrack all the way to the corridor and turn left, and then right, and continue up the stairs to level 3. Turn right and make your way to the bedroom up here. Turn right and examine the wardrobe closest to the door for mini medal number 38. As we come out of the bedroom, veer right and continue through the single door here. And out the double doors, taking us outside. Continue along and make your way to the other side of the castle. Go down the stairs to the second floor, and then down again to the first floor. Continue along the corridor and turn right into the throne room. The bottom right door in the throne room takes us to one last hallway, and our mini medal is in the room through the double doors on the right. It's inside the corner barrel at the staircase. Back to a familiar location for our next 3 mini medals, at Princess Minnie's castle. If you watched my intro, then you know exactly where this is. To the right of the throne, behind the gate, is where you can find mini medal number 40 inside the 3rd chest. Now go to the archway on the opposite side of the throne, and in the corner of the stairway, a pot with a mini medal can be found here. Mini medal number 42 is outside Minnie's castle, on the northeastern side of the island. Just continue counterclockwise along the coast of the island. You know you're in the right place if you see a cow appear, which is right beside the chest containing the mini medal. Now over to Cephalla Cathedral to pick up our 43rd mini medal. As we reach the top of the first set of stairs, turn right and make your way to the armor shop. Right behind the sign is a chest with a mini medal inside. While we're here, we might as well pick up the mini medals in the Lord High Priest's residence. So activate the Godbird Soulstone. And fly in a circle until the Lord High Priest's residence comes into view. Land anywhere around here. And then continue through the gates and into the large mansion. I am entering from the back of the Lord High Priest's residence. You might be coming in from the front, so bear that in mind. Enter the far left door at the back of the building, and in the corner of this room, you smash the pot for the medal inside. Let's go to the front side now. And head up the staircase and into the Lord High Priest's room. Go through the door on the left, and examining the wardrobe inside will net you mini medal number 45. Welcome to the Baccarat region, where there are tons of mini medals. The first one we're going to get is in the Seaside Chapel. Some of you won't know where this is, so I'm starting from Baccarat City. So starting from outside Baccarat, follow the path all the way north. As you come over the brow of this hill, you should see the chapel in the distance. Once we arrive here, go inside. And located inside the corner wardrobe behind the nun is mini medal number 46. Now we can zoom back to Baccarat and locate the next set of mini medals. And just a quick note, let's make sure that it's daytime when we're getting these mini medals. So as always, we go clockwise around towns. So let's get to the west side of town and past the waterfall. And before we enter the barracks, let's check the corner barrel beside the tree. Inside the barracks is our next mini medal. It's inside the barrel closest to the weapons. Now we can leave through the other door in the barracks and make our way to the Golding Mansion. If it was night, we would not be able to get into the mansion, and this is why I told you to come here during the day, because inside there is a mini medal. As we enter, turn left and follow the hall until you see a gold door. You can't really miss it. Go through here and up the stairs on the left. Enter the bedroom dead ahead, and as you enter, turn left and open the wardrobe in the corner to get mini medal number 49. We still have other mini medals to get here, so let's make our way back outside the mansion. This time, let's exit through the large gate. Now go forward past the Golding statue and enter the first house on the left past the little cafe. In the wardrobe in the corner of the bedroom in this house is mini medal number 50. Exit the house and follow the path left and enter the large central building beside the casino. Once inside, walk past the desk, and in the northwest corner of the bottom floor you can examine the cupboard for a mini medal. Go back round to the front of the desk and take the stairs down to the stage. To your left is a bar, and as you make your way behind the bar, break the barrel for our final mini medal in Baccarat. Mini medal number 53 is in the open world, and these ones can be tricky, so I'm going to show you starting from Baccarat. So let's leave Baccarat and turn right and follow the road to the southeast. Keep going, and at the other side of the hill, After we cross the bridge, turn right and keep along the edge of the continent. And if you followed closely, you should be in this corner area with a chest, and inside is of course the medal. Off to the mystical spring now. This is the place where we could talk to Medea. From here, just follow the dirt road for a few seconds and you will reach the old man's house. Go inside and enter the study through the door on the left. And hidden in the corner is a pot which we can break open to get a mini medal. Another set of difficult mini medals incoming, this time in the city of Argonia. Now once again, let's make sure it's daytime before we enter, or the castle will be off limits. Now we're going clockwise as always, and we're going to start off early with an easily missed mini medal inside a barrel behind a bush in this little garden area along the southwest walls of Argonia. Now let's make our way towards the entrance of Argonia's castle, but before we enter, let's make a quick detour into the cathedral on the left, closest to the castle. This is where the stalls from the bazaar are found after the festivities have ended. As we enter the church, immediately turn right and check the first barrel to the right of the weapons stall. Now we can go clean up all the medals inside the castle of Argonia. On the ground floor here, turn right and make your way down the well-lit corridor to the training area. Open the door closest to you as you enter this area, and inside the cupboard closest to the door in this room is our first mini medal in the castle of Argonia. As we retrace our steps back to the entrance, let's make our way up the stairs. Turn right at the top of the stairs and follow the red carpet to the throne room. You want to turn right and enter this little hallway corridor that runs parallel to the throne, and then head up the stairs to the third floor. Turn 180 degrees up here and enter the room behind the stairs you just came up. As you come through the door, turn left and open the cupboard to find mini medal number 58. Come out and take the stairs up to the fourth floor. Now turn left and enter the circular room. This is the treasure room where we find the magic mirror. The second chest from the left has a mini medal inside. Go back down the stairs you just came up, turn right and go through this little door down here, followed by the large doors to take you outside. Cross the bridge and walk along the river until you reach a flight of stairs leading down. Walk all the way down these stairs and at the bottom you can go through a small gated door to find 3 treasure chests, and the one we're looking for is the one on the right. Of course, now we need to go back up the stairs and along the river, and as you've probably guessed, go through the large doors on our right to take us to the other side of the castle. where the next mini medal can be found. Continue dead ahead into the kitchen and continue to your right out into the reception type area, and then continue straight into the room across the hall. As you enter, turn left and you should see two wardrobes. The one on the right has the mini medal inside. And congratulations, we've found all the mini medals in Argonia's castle. So let's head back outside by turning right as we leave this room and heading down the stairs. As you may notice, this takes us right back to where we began, creating a nice little loop through the castle while checking all the mini medal locations. And in my experience, this is the best route to take and the best one that I could come up with. And as you can imagine, it's very easy to get lost or miss a location, so I hope this was easy to follow for all of you. Thankfully, it gets a little easier from here because all we need to do now as we exit the castle is make our way to the inn located on the southeast of town, back at the entrance to Argonia where we came in from. Inside the inn, turn left past the stairs and enter the door which leads us to the area behind the counter, where we'll find a cupboard to the left of the innkeeper with the mini medal inside. Now technically that's all the mini medals in Argonia, but there are two more hidden mini medals inside the Troll's Maze. Similar to the Altar of Wroth, it is a hidden dungeon which is unlocked after the destruction of Neos. Let me show you. First, let's talk to the innkeeper and select rest until evening. Now that we're well rested, let's leave the inn and go up the steps which are straight ahead of you as you leave the inn. They lead you up to the Chancellor's large house at the top of the hill, and as you reach the top, enter the house through this side door. Continue straight until you come to another door. Through here is the living room, and up the stairs is where we want to go, the bedroom. As you come up here to the bedroom, you may notice a very bright mirror between a candle and wardrobe. Well, we can actually interact with this mirror and it will take us to the Troll's Maze, only when it's nighttime though. Once we're in the Troll's Maze, we're going to go straight and then right. And continue straight at the crossroads and follow this path all the way around to the chest with mini medal number 63 inside. The other chest here has number 64 inside. So as we make our way back along the path, turn right, continue right until we find the chest. Pretty straightforward, and we can evac from here as well because it's a dungeon. Now number 65 is inside a chest along the eastern wall of Argonia. Just cross the bridge right outside Argonia and turn right and follow the walls until you find the chest in the corner. For number 66 we're going to use the Godbird Soulstone outside of Argonia. And fly west until we see clouds above a hilly area surrounded by a rocky circle. Please note that all flyable locations have clouds above them to let you know that you can land here. So go ahead and land here. Go forward and slightly to the right, making your way up the hill. And behind two trees up here is a chest with the mini medal inside. Back to Argonia for the final time for mini medal number 67. Once again, use the Godbird Soulstone, but this time we want to fly north of Argonia. So once you're in the air, fly 180 degrees and then follow the river. As you follow the river, land anywhere before the waterfall. If done correctly, this will put us right in front of the purple door, leading us to the infamous Club Poof Poof. There's only one way you can really go here, so it's a straightforward path down the hall, past the Poof Poof room, and through the door to bring us to a changing room behind reception. In here are 2 wardrobes, and the corner one has a little something special inside. We're going to stay in the Argonia region for 2 final mini medals at the Royal Hunting Grounds. This is where we took Prince Charmles to find an Argon heart. At the entrance to the hunting grounds lives a farmer and his family, and inside their house is a barrel beside the front door with a mini medal inside. Now we can enter the Royal Hunting Grounds to get our final mini medal in Argonia, which is thankfully right at the entrance. So as you enter, you see 2 paths left and right. Take the right path. Make your way up this path, and you come to a tree. A bag is hung from the tree, and if we reach inside, we can find number 69. In the very northwest of the world map lies the Dark Ruins, where we're heading to next. This is of course where we fought Dulmagus. So as we enter the Dark Ruins, there's an outside area before we walk into the dungeon. Outside here on the right is a small outhouse, and inside are some empty chests and a barrel which contains our mini medal. After that little detour, enter the Dark Ruins. Go up the steps to the right and through the door. Go down the steps and enter the basement, a maze type room, which can be confusing, so follow closely. Go dead ahead until we run into a staircase, which you need to take in order to get to the other side of the river. Follow the river on this side until we come to a lever. Pull it and a large block will rise from the ground. Now go back the way we came. Once you get to the original side, you'll see the path clearly in front of you. Just go to the stairs and make your way across the newly formed path to get access to 2 chests. The one on the right has our second and final mini medal in the Dark Ruins. Now I said the Dark Ruins only has 2 mini medals, but there are a couple more on this island. The first of which is fairly easy. From the Dark Ruins entrance, just continue downhill and take the first right. This path leads straight to the chest containing mini medal number 72. Once again, go back to the Dark Ruins entrance, and this time we're going to use the Godbird Soulstone. We want to land on one of the cliffs of this island, but the turning is too tight, so to get a sufficient angle to land, fly straight until you reach the top of the Argonian continent dead ahead, and then start to rotate clockwise back towards the Dark Ruins. Once again you will see clouds indicating a flyable location, and also a set of gravestones on the area that you want to land on. The landing parameters are very specific for this particular location, so make sure that you land around the gravestones and you should be fine. Once here, walk up the right side of the hill and you should find a chest with a mini medal inside. Now go to the Dragon's Graveyard for mini medal number 74. Enter the mouth of the dragon skeleton and just follow the path into the cave and across the dragon's spine. Now as we come off the dragon bones, make a sharp left, making your way past the large set of ribs, where a lone chest will be waiting for you to open and get your medal. There are 2 more mini medals around the desert down here south of Argonia, but we need to use the Godbird Soulstone to get them. Now flying from the Dragon's Graveyard is way too tight an angle and makes it hard to show where I'm flying to, so I'm going to fly from the Desert Chapel, a church at the entrance to the desert and northwest of the Dragon's Graveyard. But you can fly from anywhere if you can't find this place. Wherever you fly from, make your way south and land on the cliffs at the bottom of the desert, indicated once again by clouds. Once you land, do a 180 and look directly behind you to find a sneaky chest with mini medal number 75 inside. Thankfully number 76 is up here as well, on the exact opposite side overlooking the Dragon's Graveyard. It's off to Arcadia now, where we can find potentially 8 mini medals. I recommend following my route, of course, as this is another large confusing town. So let's go straight across the plaza, up the steps. Now go left, left, and left into one of the houses. In here you'll see 4 large statues, and right at the end is a pot beside the furthest statue with our first mini medal from Arcadia inside. Head outside and go right, the way we came. Continuing to the other side this time and turning right, and then right again into the house directly opposite the one we were just in. Don't go down the stairs, turn right and walk through to the kitchen. The pot in here beside the sink has a mini medal inside. Back outside again and up the next set of steps towards the church. Now let's collect a couple in Domenico's house opposite the church. At the top right corner of the ground floor, behind the staircase, is a door leading to the dining room, and behind here is the kitchen. Inside the cupboard in the top right corner of this room is mini medal number 79. Retrace your steps back to the entrance of the manor and go up the stairs and into Domenico's workshop. As you enter, turn left and take the stairs in the corner of the study down to the library. Down here are 3 chests, and the one closest to the stairs has a mini medal inside. Now we can head back outside and collect the rest. So as you pass the manor gates, turn left, go up the steps, then turn right and go into the item shop. We can actually go behind the counter by walking through the brown door in here and access the chests behind the gate. The third chest contains a mini medal. Let's leave the item shop and continue uphill to the inn. Like the item shop, you can get behind the counter through a side door, which gives us access to a sneaky barrel lodged between the bed and the oven, which has mini medal number 82 inside. Leave the inn and head up to the armor shop. Once again, a brown door to the right lets us behind the counter, and round behind the suits of armor, inside the furthest barrel is the medal. Our final mini medal in Arcadia, number 84, is in the room directly above the armor shop. To get here, head up the steps on the left of the entrance to the armor shop, and inside this room is a lone pot with the medal inside. Two very easy mini medals are found in Marta's cottage as well, but Marta's cottage is destroyed. Can I still get them? Well, in the original PS2 version, no, but in the 3DS version, yes. However, they now appear as little sparkles on the ground. There's one where the stable used to be, and another sparkle in front of the cottage remains. Up to Irkutsk now for our next set of mini medals. I've come up with a lovely little route, which gets us all the mini medals and takes us back to the entrance of Irkutsk, so follow closely. So as we enter, let's take the stairs down to the lower level of Irkutsk. So we're going to continue straight, turn right at the fork, and then left, and continue to the room at the end of this hall. This takes us below the weapons/armor shop, and inside the barrel closest to the flame, right beside the door we just came through, is a mini medal. Now go back into the hallway. At the fork, turn right, then left, and then left again, and enter the room here with the scholar. Left of the entrance, inside the cupboard, beside the bookcase, is our next mini medal. Leave the room and veer right, and go through the door and head up the stairs. This brings us to the house in the centre of Irkutsk, and we can walk straight ahead, past the dining table, and break the middle pot for mini medal number 89. For our final mini medal in Irkutsk, leave the house through the large double doors, bringing us outside. Go 180 degrees to the back of the house and go through the door back here to bring us once again to the circular hallway we started in. From here, turn left and start going anti-clockwise to the item shop. Before you walk past the item shop, break open one of the pots to get your final mini medal here in Irkutsk. While up here in the north of the continent, let's check the locations in the Herb Grotto. So once we enter, Let's head down into the cave. Go towards the second set of torches and then take your first right into the side room. Here you'll see a group of pots beside frozen crates. Inside the corner pot is our mini medal. Leave this room and turn right to continue deeper into the herb grotto. Now we need to go towards the torches on the other side of the ice and make our way up to the ledge where we can cross the ice on the left walkway and then make our way off the ledge on this side and head down to level 2. Turn right and then continue past the torches onto the ice, and then almost immediately is another right. Take it into a room with a torch surrounded by 4 pots. The left pot has the mini medal inside. Exit and veer right towards all the lights and then turn right and go down into level 3, using the torches for guidance. Now just continue on this one-way path into the large open area, and once again to your right you can find storage boxes and pots. The pot closest to the frozen boxes has our third and final mini medal in the herb grotto. There is one final mini medal up here in the Irkutsk region. Fairly straightforward. It's right outside the herb grotto entrance, inside a chest on a ledge to the left hand side overlooking the entrance. Off to the Pirate's Cove now. This is the cave under the bridge between Alexandria and Fairbury. Once we get to the Pirate's Cove, come off the pier and turn left and enter the storage room. In the bottom left corner is a pot with the mini medal inside. Now let's leave the storage room and go past the pier to the other side this time and through the gated door. Continue past the torches and down to level 2. Now you will soon come to a door on your right. Take it into this room and check the right corner barrel for your next mini medal. Now exit the room and go straight across the hall into the cave. At the end of this cave is a gated entrance leading to a cell. And in the corner of this cell is a pot with mini medal number 97 inside. Leave the cave and go back to the hallway to the left. Follow the hall, go past Captain Crow's study, through the larger doors and head down to level 3. Turn right at the bottom of the stairs, and when you come to a door on your left, walk through it. Continue until you reach the next door. Past here is another set of stairs leading us down to level 4. Continue along until we reach the end of the hallway. Make sure you don't turn right as it leads nowhere. Go through the door at the end of the hall and then anti-clockwise until we come to a hole in the wall. And at the end of this opening is a chest with mini medal number 98 inside. Take a trip to Impechu for 3 more mini medal locations. So as we enter Impichu, just continue straight ahead towards the Elder's Hut. But before you enter, check the left pot for mini medal number 99. Start going clockwise towards the east of Impichu and enter the tall tent with the golden slime inside. Inside the pot closest to the slime is our 100th mini medal. Last one in Impichu is in the blacksmith's tent, the tent closest to the entrance. In here to the right are 2 hanging bags, and inside the one closest to the torch is our mini medal. Outside Impichu village on the island are a couple more mini medals as well. So starting outside Impichu, you want to walk straight and head towards where the ship is located if you zoomed here. As you continue, you should see a large cave on the north of the island overlooking a beach, and we need to head down here for the mini medal. So start making your way down the hill. We can of course fly, but it's much easier to follow if I go via foot. As you reach the sand, continue straight until you see a chest right in the corner of this area, and inside is a mini medal. Zoom back to Impichu and I will show you the location of the next mini medal. This time we need to turn and head towards the eastern side of the island. It's almost 180 degrees on the opposite side of the entrance to Impichu. It's inside a chest which is between 2 large trees which are on a little hill overlooking the back of Impichu and should be easily visible to you as you come this direction. Inside the chest is mini medal number 103. For the next couple we need to fly to the Godbird's Eyrie. So from Impichu use the Godbird's Soulstone and fly left until you reach the large tower structure and then land around it. This is the Godbird's Eyrie. As we enter, immediately turn left and walk up the ledge and to the end of the platform where our chest is hidden behind some rocks, and inside is our first mini medal here. There's one more here in the Godbird's Eyrie and it's not too far away. Come back to the entrance and head straight this time and veer right to reach another ledge that will bring us outside. Follow the path up to level 2. Continue straight and then take the first left. And follow the torches to bring you to level 3. Walk straight ahead, and just like the mini medal before, it's found inside a chest hidden behind the rocks. Stay on the island of Ampichu and use the Godbird Soulstone. Fly towards the purple lake of poison and land on the small hill just beside it. Once you land, take a look around and you will see a grey and purple portal which will take you to the Dark World, where we need to go to get our next group of mini medals. As soon as you enter, zoom to Dark Ampichu. Enter Dark Ampichu. Enter the first hut to your left. And in the far right corner is a pot containing a mini medal. Head outside and go to the Elder's Tent in the north of town. Turn left as you enter and open the wardrobe for another mini medal. Once you leave the Elder's Hut, turn left and break open the pot in front of the woman for mini medal number 108. Just before we leave Dark Ampichu, enter the blacksmith's hut, the large house closest to the entrance. In here on your right, hanging on the walls, are 2 bags, the corner one of which contains a mini medal. Now we can leave Dark Ampichu. Once we are out here, turn right and head towards the eastern tip of the plateau, past the tree line. Now in the Dark World you can't fly or use Baumren's bell, you can only travel by foot. The only exception is when we zoom to Dark Ampichu. So follow closely and we will collect all the mini medals in one go and loop back to the portal at the same time. As you reach the very tip of the continent, as seen from the map, will lie a chest containing a mini medal. The chest should be easy to see because they are thankfully still in colour. Let's turn around and head back towards the south side of Dark Ampichu. As we pass here, you can clearly see a chest which you can get if you don't have already. But for now, we're only interested in mini medals. So in the meantime, let's just head to the west of the island towards the lake. Don't worry, in the future I will show you all item locations in a separate video. Make sure you go to the south side of the lake as you approach, which would be the left from this perspective. While we're walking, now would be a good time to ask you all to like the video if it has been of help to you, and subscribe for more Dragon Quest videos in the future. So as we reach the edge of the south side of the lake, you should see a chest, and inside is what we came all this way for. We have one final mini medal to collect, so make your way to the other side of the lake. And then make your way northwest from the lake towards the Poison Lake. At the far side of this purple lake is a hill. You may have noticed this hill takes us up to the portal where we started. However, before you enter, walk past the portal and check behind the fallen tree for a chest. Inside is our final Dark World mini medal. Now we can take the portal back to the World of Light and continue our hunt for the rest of the mini medals. Tryon Gully is our next stop. This, as you may remember, is the place where monsters and humans live together. So as we enter Tryon Gully, take the bridge across and then turn right and continue to the other bridge. This bridge leads us to a room with the elf and blue cyclops. As you enter this room, cross the small bridge, and just behind the cyclops in the corner is a pot with the mini medal inside. Leave and go back to the first bridge. Then turn right to enter the pub. On the right side of the pub is a row of barrels, the third one from the left containing our mini medal. Head down the stairs and past all the shops. Follow this one-way path down to the treasure room. Past the gate, in the treasure room, is a group of pots and barrels. Inside the pot closest to the torch is mini medal number 115. There's one final mini medal in Tryon Gully, outside the town this time. So all we're going to do is follow the path outside the town, all the way down. Cross the bridge and continue anti-clockwise until we reach a dead end. Although it may seem complicated, there's literally only one way we can go, and it leads us right to the mini medal. As we reach the clearing where we can't continue, look behind the large tree on the right and we should see a chest. Inside is a mini medal. Off to the hidden dungeon Altar of Wroth next. If you don't have access to this, then check the description for timestamps where I explain how to unlock the Altar of Wroth. So head inside and head to the top right corner and up the ladder. At the end of this balcony is a chest with a mini medal inside. Come back down and up the steps in the middle of the room and through the door. Go right towards the large statue and go down the next couple flight of stairs to take us down to level 1. From here there's only one way to go, which is to the end of the long path and up the stairs on your right. Walk past the large cauldron and down the steps and into the hallway straight ahead. Take the first left in the hallway to lead us to a long path full of cells. Inside the first cell are 2 pots, one of which contains mini medal number 118. Back to the hallway and take a left. Now continue back to level 2. Turn left and take the stairs leading to the Red Lake. As you enter the red liquid, turn right and walk along the wall until you reach the chest past the pillar. Inside is our second last mini medal in the Altar of Roth. For our final mini medal here in the Altar of Roth, walk up towards the other side of the lake until you reach the stairs that take you to the opposite side, located on the southwest side of the map. Turn left and past the blue torches. In front of the statue are 2 loads of pots. The left group, centre pot at the front, has our 120th mini medal inside. We have now collected all the main game mini medals, and it's time now to clean up the post game mini medals. So we're going to fly to the platform in the Baccarat region. So outside Baccarat, use the Godbird Soulstone. As soon as you start flying, you should see the platform straight ahead. Once we have landed, walk up and interact with the altar, and you will be transported to the Dragovian path. If you're not transported here, then that means that you're not playing on a post-game save file, so check the description for timestamps where I explain all this. So just continue on the Dragovian path until we reach this area with a pond. Go to the other side of the pond to find a chest, and inside is a mini medal. Come back around and go through the opening with the wooden frame. Turn right at the fork and continue for a good 20 seconds. And then down to the next level. Continue on the path once again, staying straight. Eventually you'll come to a crossroads, take the left path and continue deeper into the cave. Once again, keep going straight. And when you reach the purple pool of poison, you should see two chests on the right hand side. The left chest contains the mini medal. Continue on the path. Once you come to the circular path, it doesn't matter which way you go, both will take you outside. Once again, we just keep straight for quite a while. Eventually, you'll reach a marking on the floor to teleport you to another part of the Dragovian path. Now this area is just before the Dragovian Sanctuary, which is where we're going to go to next. There's only one way to go, which is forward. And when we reach our first right, take it and it will lead you to a chest with mini medal number 123 inside. Here at the Dragovian Sanctuary now, which is our final town, are quite a number of mini medals. So as you pass the dragon statues, turn left and immediately inside the right pot beside the first house is a mini medal. Inside said house is another mini medal as well. It's in the back room inside one of the pots here. As we leave house number 1, enter the neighbouring house, and at the top right in the corner of this bottom floor are 2 hanging pouches. The one closest has the mini medal inside. Outside, turn left and go towards Chen Mui's house under the archway at the centre of town. Go upstairs to the left and into our hero's room. Inside the wardrobe is mini medal number 127. And then another mini medal is downstairs in a pot in the kitchen. Leave Chen Mui's house. Turn left. Walk up the ramp. And enter the item shop. Go through the archway and right away you will see a bag hanging on the wall. Reach inside for our final mini medal in the Dragovian Sanctuary. But wait, if we leave the item shop and then turn right, we can make our way to the building with the elders inside. And if we take the stairs, it brings us to a hallway that leads to the Heavenly Deus. This will be the second last area in the game that we explore. The Heavenly Deus isn't overly complicated, but it can be time consuming if you take the wrong path, so follow closely. Take the second path from the left and continue onwards. As we make our way to the bottom of the path inside the small cave, check underneath the path we were just on before we go outside and you will see a chest. If you can, open it up for a mini medal. Now we can continue on this path, then take the right path at the fork and continue on the path all the way up to the next floor. At the top of the floating steps, continue straight ahead and follow the blue steps, which will lead you to a chest with a mini medal inside. Come back down towards where we just came from. And this time take the far path. This brings us to our final mini medal in the Heavenly Deus and our 132nd mini medal. Now we have 7 mini medals left to collect in the game. They are all located in the post-game area Memories Lane. To unlock this area, you need to defeat the Lord of the Dragovians a second time, and afterwards he will give you a choice of rewards for defeating him. One of these is to unlock the Memories Lane area. After selecting this reward, we can zoom to Marta's cottage, and we can make our way to the cave behind the remains of the cottage. And as we make our way to the cave behind the remains of the cottage, you should see a yellow light straight ahead behind the gated doors. And when you step on this light, it will transport you to the Memories Lane. This area lets you fight most of the previous bosses in the game, except they are much harder, and most constitute the hardest fights in the game. Now if you haven't defeated a boss before, you're forced to fight them. You can see that I'm able to walk straight past them because I've defeated them before. And after every boss, you get access to multiple chests. As you've probably guessed, some of these chests contain the last remaining mini medals. So after defeating the second boss, the Tortured Soul, the red chest on the left will have mini medal number 133. There is no need to collect any more mini medals now. Go and deliver these 133 mini medals to Princess Minnie, receive your rewards, and then come back and fight these bosses with better equipment if you wish. As I said in the beginning, I would recommend which mini medals to avoid, and it's the other 6 located here, because in order to reach them you need to defeat the hardest bosses in the game, and if you can do that without the mini medal rewards, then it defeats the whole purpose, doesn't it? For completion's sake, I'm going to show you the next 6, but they are essentially useless. So, let us continue. Number 134 is in the right chest after defeating the Argon Lizard, the 5th boss in Memories Lane. Number 135 isn't far away, as it's located in the left hand side chest after the following boss, Captain Crow. As we pass the 7th boss, Gemin, and enter the western corridor, we can pick up mini medal number 136 in the far chest. At the end of the hallway is Sir Leopold, and after we defeat him, mini medal number 137 will be in the right side chest. Continue for quite a while now, defeating the next 4 bosses, and eventually you will make your way to Dulmagus, the 14th boss. Once defeated, you have access to the chest in the hall behind him, one of which contains our penultimate mini-medal. And our final mini-medal, number 139, is in the left chest, in the hallway, after defeating Dulmagus' final form, boss number 15 in Memory's Lane. And congratulations, after all that time, we have collected all the mini-medals in the game. Let's return to Princess Minnie's castle and give her the medals and see what rewards we can get. So here we are back at Princess Minnie's castle after a long, hard journey. Let's go inside and consign the medals. For 25 mini-medals, Princess Minnie will reward you with a pair of fishnet stockings. For 36 mini-medals, you will receive a posh waistcoat. 45 mini-medals will net you a Staff of Divine Wrath. A gold nugget is rewarded to you for returning 52 mini-medals. Consigning 60 medals gets you a meteorite bracer. Princess Minnie will bestow upon you a miracle sword for 68 mini-medals. For 75 mini-medals, she will give you a suit of sacred armour. 83 mini-medals gets you a piece of orichalcum. A metal king helm is yours in exchange for 90 mini-medals. 99 mini-medals will get you a dangerous bustier. For delivering 107 mini-medals, you get the Jester's outfit. Princess Minnie will reward you with a dragon claw for 115 mini-medals. If you deliver 121 mini-medals, you will receive a Flail of Destruction. A kaleidoscope is given for 127 mini-medals. And finally, for all 133 mini-medals, Princess Minnie will reward you with a Mandarin dress. And that is it. Congratulations, you have found all the mini-medals in Dragon Quest VIII for the Nintendo 3DS and received your rewards. I hope this guide was useful to all of you in your quest, and if so, I would appreciate a like. And if you're playing through Dragon Quest VIII right now, then consider subscribing so that you don't miss any guides I release for this game. Now that Minnie's royal obligation has been fulfilled and the King of Medals has returned to the throne, I must bid farewell. Thank you all for watching. I've been Shady Riku, and I will see you all on the next one. Take care.